After Eden, the world no longer gave freely. The ground that once bloomed with life now cracked beneath their feet. The earth felt colder now, the wind harsher, and every step beyond the garden carried the weight of sorrow. They once walked among rivers of peace. Now they walked upon dust and stone. Adam searched desperately through the barren land, while Eve waited beside the stone, fighting the weakness in her body. In the emptiness of the wilderness, they carried more than hunger. They carried regret, pain, and the weight of a world no longer perfect. But even in exile, they still held on to each other.
It has to work.
Adam, your hands.
A tiny spark appeared between the dry leaves, small, fragile, yet powerful enough to change everything.
Fire.
Warm light flickered across their faces, pushing back the darkness surrounding them. For the first time outside Eden, they were not completely alone in the night. Adam and Eve realized something for the very first time. They needed a home. So together, they began building humanity's first shelter. Not from comfort, not from abundance, but from survival. Adam carried heavy branches across the barren land, while Eve gathered large green leaves and long twisting vines nearby. Their hands became dusty. Their bodies grew tired, but neither stopped. The wilderness had taken paradise from them, but not their love for one another. And as the final light touched the horizon, their shelter finally stood beneath the fading sky. It was small, fragile, imperfect, but it became the first place humanity would call home. And beside that humble shelter, Adam and Eve rested beneath the stars, ready to begin a new life in a fallen world. The land around them was dry and lifeless. Cracked earth stretched beyond the horizon, while dust drifted through the air with every gust of wind. Adam searched desperately among the rocks and hills, while Eve followed behind, exhausted and thirsty. The wilderness offered no answers. Through the silence of the wilderness, a faint sound reached their ears. Soft, gentle, almost impossible to believe. They rushed toward the sound, climbing over rough stones and dry hillsides with desperate hope. And then, between the rocks, a small stream flowed beneath the sunlight. Clear, pure, alive.
It's real.
We're going to survive.
Food.
God still cares for us, even after everything.
Night slowly returned to the wilderness, but this time, Adam and Eve were no longer afraid.
This place feels different.
There's life here.
Near the water, the land was softer, greener. For the first time since leaving Eden, they felt peace. They rested without fear. The sound of flowing water replaced the emptiness of silence, and hope slowly returned to their weary hearts. Days turned into weeks, and slowly, the wilderness began to feel less unfamiliar. Adam shaped stones and branches with careful hands, making their shelter stronger than before. Eve gathered fruit, leaves, and fresh water each morning beside the stream. Together, they built a life from almost nothing. And beneath the open sky, beside the flowing stream in their humble shelter,
We begin again.
humanity's first home began to grow.